I feel like there's actually a lot of people quite nostalgic about Soviet Union times here in Armenia. It's actually a huge market hall and it was constructed during Soviet Union times. This must be a leftover of the Soviet Union times. Soviet Union time was better than today? Yes? It's 7 a.m. and we are at a small bus station in Georgia, actually still in Tbilisi, Georgia's capital. This is what it looks like. Over there behind me is the office of the bus company we are taking, and they will take us all the way to Armenia with this little bus. So today we are starting our trip to Armenia. Very excited to that. We will go to Yerevan. No, it's fine. We will take the bus, the minivan, to Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, and explore Yerevan a little bit. I'm very excited for that. It will take us like 5.5 hours. No, actually almost 6 hours according to the schedule. I hope we are punctual because we actually have an appointment in Yerevan with someone we wanted to meet. So fingers crossed that immigration there will be quick. We officially made it to Armenia. We gotta go back to the bus now and we will drive about not more than 4 hours more to Yerevan. The immigration was pretty quick. It took 40 minutes more or less, so that's actually not bad. We checked out in Georgia, we officially entered Armenia. They just asked a few questions as usual, and then we got our bags checked, and that's it. And we made it to Armenia. This is the bus station. It is about 4 to 5 kilometers away from the city center. We will take a taxi now. We are actually waiting for one now. Just so you know, they don't use Uber or Bolt here. They use an app that is called Gigi or Yandex Go. I'm using the one Gigi now. And the ride to the city center will cost us around 4 to 5 euros, more or less. So it's really not too expensive. And yeah, we'll drop off our bags. All right, we are walking through Yerevan. The first impression is that it is definitely more chaotic than Georgia, I would say. It also feels bigger than Tbilisi, but we are making our way towards like the heart of the city. Our hotel is quite close, so we can actually walk within 15 minutes. We should be there. Yeah, it's noisy, but there are some beautiful mountains here in the surroundings. By the way, it is extremely hot, yet there were mountains in the surroundings of Yerevan that had snow on their tip. They looked absolutely beautiful, to be honest. Yet it is honestly also a bit hard to believe that there's still snow because it feels so hot. The sun is so burning. Yeah. First sight we are seeing, randomly walking through Yerevan, and we are seeing this church which is stunning and huge. We are visiting the Church of St. Gregory now. Armenia is a Catholic country, by the way, in case you didn't know. And this church here looks beautiful and quite old, in my opinion. Think about it for a second. When do you think it was built? And let me know in the comment section below. I honestly thought it was super old. I think it looks old, the style of it and so on. But no, it's not that old. It's not even 30 years old yet. They started to build this church in '97 and they finished it in 2001. It's not even 30 years. I can't believe it. But I think it's free to visit and it looks beautiful. So this is the entry. It actually looks beautiful. It's much bigger inside than I had expected. And it is free to visit, and also it looks much more modern in the side, right? This is where you see that it doesn't have more than 30 years yet. This is where you notice it. But yeah, it's actually really beautiful. Very simple, I would say, but beautiful. I feel like Yerevan has a lot of contrast. I don't know if you can see it. I think here there is a construction site, and there are lots of construction sites. Like in the center, there are areas where they are really building a lot, but then you can also see this view here, for example, where buildings look rather run down, very old as well. yeah, but not modern at all. So there's a lot of contrast here. You see like very new things. You see a lot of construction work if you turn around. There are actually two sites behind me. So yeah, a lot of different views here. Partially lots of history. Right next to the church, there's actually a huge square, and there's the statue here of Andranik Oțania, something like that. I hope I pronounced it correctly, more or less. He was an important figure of Armenian history. He was a commander, and he led the resistance movement against the Ottoman Empire. So quite an important figure for the country. This street here, which is quite green with lots of trees, it leads towards the government building, which is just here down the street. This is where we're heading to now. Everything we're doing, by the way, is walking. We just keep walking through the city, exploring everything by foot, which I think is the best way to explore places. There's a square that looks very beautiful from out here already, and very historical as well. All right, so this here behind me is the government building of Armenia. It looks quite beautiful actually. And then we have this huge square, which is also impressive on this other side. Look at that, there's a huge roundabout in the center. And then we have some more fountains on this side. And like this building, which looks like an entrance gate to the square. This is beautiful. And with that view, it's time to go back to the hotel. Actually, we are done for today. We've done a lot of interviews today, several ones actually. And if you are interested in these kind of interviews, because Armenia actually has a very interesting, well actually a very sad history, recent history. What happened here only 3 years ago is honestly incredible, and that was what our meeting today was about. So I've created a video on the main channel where we create travel documentaries about that topic. So if you want to check it out, you can do so. I will leave a link of that video in the description below. And then tomorrow is a new day, and we will explore much more of Yerevan because there's much more to see yet. As promised, we are starting day 2 on a market, although this is actually not the market I wanted to visit. I wanted to go to a market with like things that are handmade basically, and this is more like this is the Armenian market actually. There's a lot of food stalls here, lots of meat, lots of carnicerias. No, ¿cómo se llama? What is this?
Okay.
What is this? Cow?
It's, cow. Beef.
Beef?
Yes.
Okay. Germany? Yeah? You're from here?
You're from here? Yes.
Yeah? Nice. So yeah, you see a lot of meat here. A lot. It's all filled with it, and you don't see these things in Europe, so it always calls my attention, to be honest. It is not like in coolers or stuff. Look at this here, for example. There's also fish here, and these fish are literally alive. So if you want to eat fish here, or there's crabs in here. I don't know, is it a crab? It's not a crab. I don't know what it's called, but and more fish over there. And more of these. So yeah, you can't get it fresher than this. Oh, and there's some really big ones. Look at these, they are huge. Just to have like a comparison with my hand next to it. I don't know if it really shows on the camera, but these are huge. That's the definition of fresh fish, I guess. We just walked about 10 more minutes, I would say, and this is where it already starts, the market that I actually wanted to visit. I think there are a lot of souvenirs you can find here if you're looking for a souvenir to bring home. This would be the place to go. There's lots of handmade things here on this market. I love exploring markets like this because I feel like markets like this one, but also like the one before, the food market, these are places where you can actually get a better feeling of the culture and of local life.
Soviet flag.
This flag was the Soviet Union Armenian flag. There's a lot of souvenirs here, or I don't know how you want to call it. It's probably for collections from the Soviet Union.
Arm SSR.
USSR, diese.
85, yeah. Armenian SSR. Yes.
Original.
Yeah. It's new.
New.
Soviet times new.
Yeah.
I have a Estonia. Yeah.
Estonia.
Estonia. Pribal.
Ah, the Estonian flag during Soviet Union time. Soviet Union time was better than today. Yes. I feel like there's actually a lot of people quite nostalgic about Soviet Union times here in Armenia, which is, I would say, unusual from my personal experience. Every time I went to a country of the former Soviet Union, people were, or at least I found more people who were happy to not be in the Soviet Union anymore. For example, I've been to Romania lately. There people clearly said things are better today than they were before. I was in Georgia before, and in Georgia they said the same. They actually want to be part of the European Union in Georgia and distance themselves from Russia, at least the people of Georgia. So yeah, a lot of times I heard the opposite thing, that people were actually rather happy to not be, well, or not be part of the Soviet Union anymore, or that the Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. However, here in Armenia, people feel more nostalgic about it, I think. I've heard that yesterday already. People were saying that things were better, and that has something to do with safety and security. At least yesterday I was explained that during Soviet Union times, Armenia was at peace. Nowadays, there is a big conflict with Azerbaijan, for example. They were at war with Azerbaijan. Nowadays there are lots of wars in the region, Iran right now and so on. So all these things didn't exist during Soviet Union times, and apparently there was way more stability here in Armenia during these times, more safety for the people. People were able to plan ahead and so on. Things that aren't possible anymore today. This is actually interesting. There's the flag of the Soviet Union. If you didn't know, Armenia was part of the Soviet Union. Then we have the flag of Armenia, which is this one, and this flag here. This is the flag of Artsakh. Artsakh is a city that I am talking about in the different video in my main channel, the one that I will link in the description below. It's a very interesting history. It used to be basically its own country, which wasn't recognized internationally by any other country, yet they had their own government, their own laws, and so on and so forth. And in there were ethnically Armenians that lived there. So, but the country got erased, and all these Armenian people had to leave. So that's an entire different story for a different video that will be linked in the description below. They have Venezuelan banknotes here. See? I have no idea why. These are old, and by today they are actually worthless. But for collections, for people who collect banknotes, this is very interesting, very curious. Is this a passport?
Yes, Soviet Union passport.
Soviet Union passport.
It's old, yes, and 40 year, 45 year.
It's an original Soviet Union passport of this lady, I guess. That's crazy. There's lots of old cameras here. I think in general there are a lot of things for people who collect like old stuff, old things, original things. It's actually very interesting to walk along this market. We're going to continue our tour. We will see some other things here in the city, but also get to some viewpoints. I'm very excited for the viewpoints, and I really hope that we will get amazing views over the mountains, because from pictures that I've seen, they look extremely impressive. We are entering the next market. It is actually a huge market hall, and it was constructed during Soviet Union times. It is the only market of this kind that still functions until today, and you can buy like lots of sweets here. It smells a lot like spices, actually. There's lots of dried fruits here, nuts, sweets. It's actually huge. There's some bread here. Actually, there's a lot of bread, freshly made bread, some eggs. I wonder if they sell all of this in one day. It feels like a lot. There are spices here. There's honey here, like naturally made honey, spices, tea. This is actually what tea is supposed to look like if you don't buy it in a European supermarket. This is honey. What is this?
Apricot.
Apricot. It's dried, I think.
Armenia sneakers. Good apricot.
Oh, I'm usually not a huge fan of dried fruits, but this one is actually really good. Very sweet. What is this?
Armenia sneakers.
Snickers.
Sneakers. Armenia sneakers. This granite syrup, nuts.
Armenian sweets with granite syrup. I don't know what exactly it is.
Super product.
And walnut.
Walnuts. Walnuts, apricot, granite syrup.
It's good.
Thanks.
This is walnut, granite syrup,
kilo.
and apricot.
2,000.
2,000?
Half kilo.
It's not as sweet as I expected, but it's good. It's a very interesting mixture. People here are extremely friendly. They give you things to try. And the sweets here are unique. I've never had anything like that. I don't know what this was here. I still have no idea. I can't explain it to you. I'm sorry. You have to come here and try it for yourself. I never tasted anything similar. Okay? Thank you. Like really, people are so sweet here. I just got offered a cup of coffee. Thank you. We already have one. I have one. Here. Thank you. Thank you. They also don't accept it if you don't take it. It is so sweet, so kind. I don't even like coffee, but now I feel bad if I wouldn't drink it. It's hard to say no here. They don't accept a no. They want to invite you. It is very sweet. Yet, I don't know what to do with this coffee. I'm going to drink it. I'm going to drink it. Sitting here with an Armenian family drinking some coffee. That was unexpected. There's actually something quite interesting here. You can see two churches behind me. There's this darker little church here and then the bigger one. But these are two churches, and the darker one is the oldest remaining church of Yerevan. It is from the 13th century, and this bigger one is the St. Anna Church, which is much more modern. However, I can't ignore the fact that the architecture is the same, like the style of these two churches are the same. And also they look quite similar than the church we've seen yesterday, which is also a rather modern church. This is what the old small church looks from the inside. It is small, of course, but beautiful. And there's the Freedom Square with the National Opera in the background. Behind this building, there is the France Square, and then behind it there are some cascades which look beautiful, and then we will go up to this mountain, which looks tiny in the camera. It's higher than it looks like. There's a Ferris wheel here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the Mother of Armenia statue as well. And yeah, hopefully from up there we can get an amazing view over Yerevan and its surrounding mountains. There's lots of tourists here. I think I haven't seen this many tourists here since we are here in Yerevan. It really isn't a very touristic city, I would say. We are about halfway up and we do get a little glimpse of Mount Ararat. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera though. It's there. It is hiding a bit behind the clouds. We can also see the mountain next to it, a tiny little bit. It looks impressive. And there's snow on top of it, which is so hard to believe because I'm sweating. The sun is so strong here and it is so hot in the city, but obviously this mountain is quite high. And we made it all the way up the Cascades with beautiful views over the entire city, over the mountains in theory, although I don't think you can see them that well in the camera. Let's get a little bit closer and take a closer look. It's not hard, it doesn't take super long, but honestly with this heat and the sun burning on your back, it was extremely exhausting, and I was hoping to find some water fountain here to drink some water. This here is the view that we get. Again, I'm not sure if you can see that in this camera. In any case, the camera won't make it justice. But this mountain, Mount Ararat, is extremely impressive. Even though we don't have a clear view today, it is still beautiful. And look, we came all the way from down there. This entire area here is beautiful to walk through. And we will continue over there. There's the Ferris wheel that we've seen from below, and there's the statue, the Mother of Armenia. We found the statue, the Mother of Armenia monument. This must be a leftover of the Soviet Union times, because you can see these kind of statues in several countries of the former Soviet Union. Here we are. There is the monument of the Mother of Armenia. It looks quite impressive. It is quite high. There are some rockets and other machines in the background here as well. Great views over the city again. And this monument is huge. It is a strong woman holding a sword. And this is the eternal flame. I'm also not sure if you can see it in the camera, but it's burning, I swear. And well, with this incredible view over Mount Ararat and the eternal flame and the Mother of Armenia, I'm saying goodbye for today. This is all we wanted to see here in Yerevan. Again, there is another video on my main channel if you're interested in the history of Armenia a little bit. Make sure to check that one out. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in next week's video.